High pressure will be the main driver of this week's pattern, and for most of us, that's going to mean warm and dry weather. This is great news, especially after the severe flooding which took place across many Central and Eastern European countries. But what about the dangerous wildfires occurring in Portugal? Will rainfall soon return to the forecast? Those questions and more will be answered in the following video, so let's get started with Chapter 1. Our featured photo today comes from Greece where this impressive waterspout occurred. They might be fun to observe from a distance, but don't underestimate their strength. Waterspouts have been known to capsize boats and even move on shore, wreaking havoc on beaches and coastal communities. In fact, one of the deadliest tornadoes in history started as a waterspout in the Mediterranean Sea before hitting the Grand Harbor of Malta, where it resulted in over 600 fatalities. Despite improving conditions in the wake of massive floods in Central and Eastern Europe, impacts from this system are not yet done. I'll show you what I mean by that in the second chapter of this video, so make sure you stick around. When an abnormally cold air mass met with the exceptionally warm sea surface temperatures of the Mediterranean on Thursday, September 12th, heavy rainfall and thunderstorms began to form and spread across Italy and the Western Balkans. Things really started escalating on Friday when a pair of anticyclones occupied a large part of Russia and Western Europe, ultimately locking this system in place for an extended period of time. Up to this point, over 1,000 reports of heavy rainfall and flooding have been submitted to the ESSL, and the vast majority of them came from Czechia, Poland, and Austria. Other reports came from Slovenia, Romania, Italy, and Croatia. On the complete opposite end of the spectrum, dangerous wildfires are ongoing in Portugal. The anticyclone centered over northwestern Europe has created an easterly flow across Iberia, dramatically lowering humidity while increasing wind speeds and temperatures. This led to extreme wildfire danger, especially across northern Portugal, and we saw the evidence of that especially with the massive fires near Aveiro. Just look at this impressive high-resolution satellite image from Monday, September 16th, and right off the bat you can see at least 4 smoke plumes being blown right out into the Atlantic. The fire danger will remain elevated through the middle of the week, so if you are tuning in from Portugal, make sure you regularly check the latest updates. Much of Europe will experience a calm and dry week, leading to a significant deficit of precipitation in Norway, Scotland, and the Alps. In the Nordic countries, rainfall should be confined to coastal and mountainous areas, and in the south, many places between Iberia and the Middle East could see above average precipitation. The heaviest rainfall throughout the next 5 days can be expected in Italy, Spain, Greece, and Corsica, and one thing that all these places have in common is their close proximity to the Mediterranean. The strong clockwise flow moving around a large anticyclone to the north has reversed the weather pattern in the sense that it's pushing whatever's left of Storm Boris towards the south, and you can see that quite clearly on the current radar data as of Tuesday afternoon. Across Central and Eastern Europe, widely scattered rain showers remain, while Italy experiences increasing thunderstorm activity, even in the areas expecting some of the highest rainfall totals in the days ahead. So, in addition to the stormy conditions across much of the Mediterranean, I would watch for an uptick in rain and storm chances across the rest of Spain and eventually Portugal as the atmospheric pressure decreases. At the same time, the anticyclone centered over the UK and the North Sea will steadily weaken, allowing for a risk of thunderstorms in England and Wales on Friday, before a new area of low pressure develops over the weekend and gradually carries the rain and thunderstorm risk further north and east. Regarding the wildfire risk in Portugal, I expect significant improvements by Thursday, with cooler and more humid air coming back. Another bit of good news is the fact that severe thunderstorms won't be a very prevalent threat. I personally think the best chance for severe thunderstorms will be in northern Africa, so that means that all of Europe will have a pretty low risk. Even still, I opted to include parts of Iberia, Italy, the Balkans, and the Middle East in the orange, since atmospheric conditions could become marginally conducive for at least an isolated severe thunderstorm risk throughout the next several days. Temperatures should remain below average across southern Europe, northern Africa, and the Middle East, and that can be attributed to the increased precipitation and cloud cover. For pretty much everyone else, abnormally warm weather can be expected, especially in the Scandinavian peninsula and that large area extending from the Baltic countries into Russia. I hope you enjoy the relatively calm week ahead because models are already showing the aggressive return of the dreaded pest from the west by Monday and Tuesday of next week. More updates will be coming soon, including my first winter outlook, so you're definitely going to want to stick around for these upcoming videos. Thank you all for the continued support as we weather the storms here in Europe, and I'll see you on the next one.